wanting to start a sports-related nonprofit organization, this video is for you. I'm attorney Audrey Chisholm, founder of Chisholm Law Firm and best-selling author of Start a Nonprofit That Doesn't Ruin Your Life, and excited to share with you some quick tips on how to start your sports-related nonprofit organization. Tip number one is find out what exactly you want to do. Take a moment to think about what it is you want to do as it relates to this nonprofit. We like to call this your vision, okay? And so oftentimes I'm a mom, I have 4 kids, and again, a lot of times they'll tell me, Mama, I'm hungry. That's one of their favorite things to say. And my next question is, what do you have a taste for? Like, what is it you want to eat, right? It's the same thing with your nonprofit. We've got to start with, what do you want to do? And contrary to popular belief, some people will tell you to, just kind of limit it really small and all this kind of stuff. No, I'm not going to say that at all. I'm going to tell you to write your full vision. Exactly what you envision, exactly what you want it to do, exactly what you want to happen. Because again, anything is possible if you get the right experts on your team and the right people that can help you. You don't have to know how to do everything. You just need to find people that do know how to do everything, right? So it all starts with knowing exactly what you want to do. And by that, I mean there are different types of sports-related nonprofits. So are you doing something to help underserved communities? Are you doing something to promote, nutrition and sports fitness? Are you doing something to help to develop young athletes? Are you doing something, to help educate? I mean, there are different ways that you can have a sports-related nonprofit. Are you starting a league? Are you starting a sports league? Or are you doing this to help raise money for an existing sports league, right? There's so many different ways that you can have a sports-related nonprofit. So the very first step is let's get crystal clear on what you want to do, and we like to call that your vision. All right. So once we've got that big picture vision, the next thing we need to do is we need to bring that vision to life, and that means we need to set this organization up legally. Now, there's a number of things that you need to do to set it up legally. They all vary from state to state. Every state has different rules, etc. But the general premise is you're going to need to file paperwork with your state to set up and create this organization. You're going to need to get what's called a tax ID number. That's like the social security number for this organization, right? So that any payments that come through go to the organization itself. You're going to need to file with the IRS so that you don't have to pay taxes on the money and donations that this organization receives. And then there are plenty of other things, right? You need to register so that you can fundraise, get your fundraising registration or different licenses in your state, depending on where you're located, and plenty of nuances like having a comprehensive legal search done to make sure the name is available, getting a trademark to protect the name so that you don't infringe on the rights of other people, right? It's a laundry list of things. I wrote an entire book on the things that you need. You can get a free copy of this book by hitting the link below. But either way, you want to get it set up. Now, before you stop right there and say, oh, that sounds like too much. I'm already working a job, or I have kids, I have family, I have pets, I have other commitments. This sounds like too much. Guess what? The easiest way to get something done, I like to give an example from my husband. He hates to move. So when he thinks of moving, when we needed to move into our new house, when we had a baby on the way, he was like, oh no, it just seems like so much work. I've got to lift boxes. I've got to pack them up. I've got to, drive everything over. It's going to take me forever. I can't imagine doing it. I told him the easiest way to get it done is to hire movers, right? They do all the work for you. They package everything up. They can literally recreate your room, reassemble all your furniture flawlessly, effortlessly. It doesn't have to be a headache. And that's what our clients find. For folks that don't want to, make a bunch of mistakes and waste a bunch of money and time, our clients will just hire my team to do this process for them, because again, we've already navigated it successfully for so many other sports-related nonprofits. But again, that's up to you. Or if you want to, do it yourself, of course, I've written an entire book on the things to keep in mind. All right. So that's the next step, is setting it up legally and getting all of that done. So once you've gotten that piece as well, we're going to start building our team. So again, that's getting your board of directors together. And that's just, a few other friends that are also passionate about it. that want to help. And there are some criteria for that. Every state varies as far as how many that you need, but you'll need a few friends. Sometimes we have some folks that say, well, I don't know anyone. I don't have anyone that wants to be on their board. For our clients, we have resources to share with them, different sites and places where companies and organizations will have, high-level executives and employees and managers, etc., that want to give back. They just don't know how, and you can post your opportunity and attract some really great people as well if you don't have anyone in your existing circle, right? But we want to get that team of volunteers together. Once we have that in place, we want to start thinking about operations. So how is this nonprofit going to operate? Like, how are you going to go about helping with your sports related cause? Okay, so are we just going to, kind of be like the boosters and host fundraising events to raise money for the team? Are we going to, collect and get sponsorships from, sponsored uniforms and equipment from major companies and pass that out to our team? Is that what we're going to do? Are we going to put on educational seminars and workshops to teach students how to, get to the majors, how to become a Division I athlete, how to get NIL money, etc., right? Like, you've got to figure out how you want this organization to operate. Are we going to operate virtually, do what we do over Zoom and connect with people? Or are we going to, rent space? We're going to rent space from a library or from another community organization or from a school or a local gym or a youth organization, right? You want to just think about that operations plan and how you want things to run. And from there, that leads into your funding, right? We call that our fundraising plan. Just how are we going to fund this organization? And for our clients, they get money in a host of different ways. One, of course, there are plenty of individuals that give and are willing to donate to sports-related nonprofits. So that's one way. Another way our clients get money is from grants. We have an in-house grant writing team that, are very great at writing grants and putting those out there so they can get funding from grants that way. And then another way that our clients get funding is from corporate sponsorships. There are businesses that want to, put their name on banners in the arena, on the baseball field, things like that. And, I've done that as well. And so, they can get sponsorships and write a check and get that type of visibility, right? And there's just so many ways that a nonprofit, a sports-related nonprofit, can get funding, okay? So, but either way, you need a plan for that. And we have a fundraising consultant that works with our clients that helps them craft that plan that's unique to them, but you want a plan for fundraising, okay? So once you've got the funding piece in place, now it's time to kind of get the word out. You'll need a website and a web presence or maybe a social media presence so that you can let the community know that you're open for business, you're available to help and make a difference. And then last but certainly not least is the compliance, right? Once this thing is up and running, we've got to make sure we're following the rules. There are going to be some state filings that you have to do every year, some federal filings with the IRS that you'll need to do every year. You'll need to make sure all those fundraising registrations and licenses are renewed every year, as well as any trademarks that you own to protect the brand of the nonprofit. Those will also need to be renewed, et cetera, right? So again, this is just a general overview. Every state is different. There are plenty of rules, but that should give you an overview of what you need to do to get your sports-related nonprofit off the ground. Listen, I'm a huge sports fan, and we need more. We need more support for these leagues. We need more support for our kids, for our youth, etc. So I hope that you decide to move forward. Again, should you move forward and need some help, need some more experts on your team to take the heavy lifting off of you so you don't have to do this stuff yourself, again, feel free to grab my free book, the link below, or to reach out to my team. We do this for clients all over with an incredible success rate. So our information is below. If you enjoyed the video, found these tips helpful, give us a like, subscribe to the channel. That really helps us get our message out to help even more nonprofits. And if you have a question or a comment or something you'd like for us to cover on a future video, be sure to comment below. All right, I hope this was helpful. I hope you're gonna go out and make a difference, pursue your calling with your sports-related nonprofit. And remember, it shouldn't be this hard to be a superhero.